Hello!
Hello, AOS fans!
It's the agents of Sauron.
It's Middle Earth.
This
We're
is.
back. We enjoyed it so much last week, despite basically having my equivalent of having my head flushed down the toilet with Pete's foot on it. I enjoyed it so much. We're back for another game.
We are.
And we've crammed the board full of scenery this time. See how that
It
goes.
looks fantastic as well. I mean, I love this. This is the kind of games I used to love playing when I was a kid.
Yeah, it does actually look really great. We've got some more battle systems terrain. I've actually bought a whole load more. I quickly made that one this evening.
These are fantastic. And in fact, if anything, this is better than anything I got to play with when I was a kid because I never actually had all this terrain and stuff. It was just all the loo rolls and boxes.
Yeah, I have to say, one of the brilliant things about living in this part of the 21st century from a modelling point of view is so much good scenery available.
So much good stuff.
I mean, this isn't even 3D printed or anything.
No, it's just cardboard just stuck together.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
But there is just so much good stuff,
There is.
which is brilliant.
So, last time around, the Orcs, as I've called them, Gorks Marauders, they managed to take the high ground and beat Robin's fighters.
Not just Robins, they're actually Erkenstead's watchers. Ooh. They clearly weren't watching very carefully.
Or
too busy watching.
Why
are you doing that?
I'm watching it. Stop watching, I'm being stabbed in the head. So they managed to push them back, and now we have some more objectives on the table. There is rumour that the One Ring has been discovered. They're about to come up onto the board. In this mission, you arrive from the edge, so nobody's deployed at the start. You just all come on, and whoever finds the ring, one of these has a 1 on it. It is the One Ring, and you have to take it off your opponent's table edge.
Yeah. So if I catch it this end, I've got to carry it all the way there. It's half movement if you're only one person carrying it. It's a heavy object, and basically it's either nobody's left alive or one of us gets it off the end.
It's going to be a bloody affair, I think.
I think so. I'm a bit worried. You've actually got one person down, haven't you? You've failed a roll, but your army is still slightly stronger than mine.
I still slightly more. I've got 8 fighters still on my side. Rawk was taken down last time, and he is not going to be in this battle. So yeah, I'm an orc down, but we'll see how that goes.
So we're playing this exactly a week after we played the last time, and our previous video hasn't gone live. So if you've found lots of comments, because that was literally our second game, if you've put lots of comments and say, you did all that wrong, and we haven't completely ignored you, we haven't released the video yet.
Yeah, we're probably going to do it wrong
those
again.
comments.
Yeah, as soon as we see that, and we'll try and do it right from the next one, or the 4th one, or whatever it is. It depends on how excited we get with this, because I've got wargs getting painted, and goblins getting painted, and
I've got some reinforcements.
Mountains of boxes.
Basically bought Middle Earth.
Yeah. So we're going to be ready to play skirmish level games with it. But we bought about 300 models.
Yeah.
So it's time for the first turn and roll for initiative. Both of our forces start off the board.
You get a 1.
I get a 1.
And I get a 6, which I think means my men go home. They've won.
Yeah, no, that's not how it works. No. You do have to bring all your fights on from your board edge.
Yeah, so in this scenario, everybody comes on from the board edge, so you won't actually see very much because they're all coming on the board edge. But there's a couple of people over there.
I think you bring 3 on your left flank over there.
3 are there, and then these guys are coming down the road.
The other 4 just trotting along there on the road. You have your leader on this side, don't you, with an archer and one of your sergeants.
Actually, neither of those are my leader. So that's not my leader.
But that's
my leader. There he is. There's my leader.
There he
hiding.
I bring both. You can't quite see him. It's a perfect shot. But 4 of my guys come in on the left-hand flank with my. They're dead sneaky. Yeah. My leader's on the left, and 4 more coming on the right. Each one has a sergeant, a spearman, a regular guy, and an archer.
They look just like a house.
So that's the end of the first turn. I've moved both of mine in 2 little blocks up here like that.
Yeah, we kind of had the same thought. I'm going to say mine was the original thought because I went first. And I've done the same, but I've actually gone for 4 and 3 because I've only got 7 fighters.
I've got my leader over here and my odd guy out over there. Oh, that's going to be...
Leading from the back.
Again. Great big win.
Which I think is coincidental. I think I just didn't really think about it.
Like, charge, I'm just over here.
Yeah.
I think after our last game, it became apparent that ganging up or having multiple fighters against someone else is probably key to victory a lot of the time.
And actually hitting people is probably more effective than shooting them.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think there's going to be much shooting in this game, looking at the way we've arranged the terrain.
There's a lot of terrain around, so we'll have to see if we can draw some lines of sight. There we go, on to round 2. Rolling for initiative, and this time I get a 4.
Oh, I'm not going to beat that. Told you.
Yeah. It's almost like we saw it coming. So I get to go first. All my guys on the right-hand side decide to come running around the building and jump over the wall. And I realise at this point I do have to roll for all of them. So I need a 2 or more. Rolling. They were all very close. I got a 2 for one of them, a 3 for the next guy, The next one rolls a 2 again, very close to falling on their faces, and the last guy gets a 3.
It's very good of you to get rid of all your below average dice rolls
know.
on that one thing, but
Yeah,
you only
it's just-
needed a 1 for it to be bad.
And they decide to see what's going on with that objective,
Ring.
but it is not the one
It's
ring.
not a ring. Oh.
And then move my orcs on the left flank up. They're not close enough to get hold of that ring though.
Tantalising, it's out of reach, precious.
It's tantalisingly close. And they all come running along to that side, ready to start to investigate it next turn.
My move, I grab the archer, jumps onto that ring, and then I have a quick look. And is it? Oh, I have a little play with Pete. No, it's not. It's not the one ring.
You had me for a moment there.
Yeah.
Although when you get it, you do have to run across the other side of the table. So even if you have got it, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and then my guys bravely stand in the conga line
All
behind the tree.
standing
behind the tree.
away from my archer.
Yeah.
It's like a
It's
Monty
like
Python.
playing 40-40 or something like that, hide and seek. So I'm going to move up this archer into the doorway, which is very beautifully thematic and cinematic. I love that. And so they're all there.
It
would be. It's not so thematic. The other two are just stuck behind the bloke in the doorway.
We did then start to roll for archery, and then afterwards realised that neither of the two on the right flank could shoot at each other because they both moved their full distance.
But there is some shooting on the other flank. Pete very kindly said I didn't need to make it. I can see you roll. I don't know if you're pointing at that. I could see. I could definitely see him.
My leader was pretty out there in the open, I think. So you're shooting it off at my leader.
I got a 5, which means I hit.
I do think
but
you did the can't see me roll.
I
but
did a 6.
You did a 6, yeah.
You know, to be honest, nobody gets those.
No,
Oh, I don't
they never
know.
happen.
So there we go. So your leader survives.
So turn 2 down, and we have discovered that 2 of the objectives are not.
Yes, this one over here is not, and that one over there wasn't either.
No.
We've also rediscovered that archery
It's
very, very ineffective.
So on to turn 3.
Turn 3, bing.
The turn 3, and I roll another 5.
Oh, and I just get a lowly 3.
A lowly 3.
So you get to go first again.
Right,
And
what
you
about
do get
guys
control
up
of this
to check
objective.
this objective? It's the one ring! The one ring! In true fashion, protect us, precious. My boss comes up and jumps on top of it because he's not going anywhere else. And
He wants it.
He wants it, precious. He wants it. And then my other guys move up to protect him. My archer creeping through the forest, sneaky.
And now this changes the dynamic now. Now basically you've got to get over there and stop you from getting it off the board.
Yeah.
And use a bit of climbing.
Run up top to get a good vantage point. Everyone's a 1!
Rather one, so he doesn't get a good vantage point. He basically falls off.
Falls on his arse at the bottom of the ladder, which is fantastic.
Just what you want if you're archer.
And then the other guy runs up. That's my sergeant running up there with the other bloke. And then my spear guy, he has to go over the wall. I mean, walls are easy, right? No, they're not. A 1 in 6 chance of failing to go over a wall. He falls over as well.
So you really need to do training on that before the next battle company's go.
I do.
I see what happened there, and I decide not to go through the walls, and I run down here. Basically, I've got to get to you before you can get that ring off the board. These guys come. He cuts in a little bit. Yeah, they both cut in a little bit.
Just
Really
getting in my way.
loving
but not,
that tree.
Not wanting to get
Trying
too
to
close.
yeah, exactly. Trying to spread myself out so you can't break the line.
And onto the shooting. Your archer decides to take a pot shot at my archer. With a 2. And then your archer over there decides he's got 2 targets, my sergeant or just one of my regular blokes to go after. He decides to target my sergeant. And get a 1.
That's the history of shooting in Middle-earth battle companies.
Pretty much. Turn 3 down, the ring has been found.
Oh, it's exciting stuff.
Gork has it in his grasp, in his sweaty mitts, but he's got to come all the way through your territory. And
Yeah, I feel like this could be over very quickly if you can punch through the hole.
that's going to be the difficult part, really, is whether I can actually punch through before your reinforcements can get over there. And 2 of my guys can't even climb ladders or jump over walls, so they've not got much
I'm feeling
hope.
quite confident at the moment.
yeah, I've not got much hope in that side. So everyone's surging over to where the one ring is found. The horn has been blown, and it's time for turn 4.
Once again, archery improved, as effective as usual.
Yeah. On to the next turn, roll off, and I get a 5.
I don't know why I bother you telling up for these roll off. I won the first one.
He did. That was about it. I think rolling for my guy to scale a wall, and I get a 6. So he does manage to leap over the wall like a hurdler.
Obviously, injured pride.
Yeah, he's
sort
like,
of
right, I'm
doing
having it this time.
Yeah, he's
Then
jumping up on top of the wall.
Archer is going to attempt to get up there. He also needs a 2 or more, which he also gets, thankfully.
It's actually a 1 or more.
1 or more.
1 or more, no, not all, sorry.
And then my other guy's running over to the other wall. I do need 2 or more, and I get it again.
6, and he couldn't actually go much further.
No, he couldn't, unfortunately. So, but he's stuck up there, and then my sergeant runs up behind him. I then move up my other guys. They're carrying the ring. So 2 of them together can carry it and move at full speed. But if you only have 1 carrying it, they move at half speed.
Yep.
My spearman moves up to try and block any attacks on the right-hand side there against my guys. And my archer just moves up a little bit more so that he can start taking some pot shots at your archer.
I'm going to come through the doorway, lining up the perfect shot. And then I'm going to move into attack here. And spearman comes around the corner and throws his spear at you.
So you actually move the spear guy before, because Reggie wouldn't be able to fire into the combat.
That's true.
You're going to hit.
Oh, that's only a 2.
And then both of them basically crash into combat with my sergeant there.
And then another one here, another spear. Throw the spear. Hit 6! Oh, I didn't know that was going to happen. And
unfortunately, it's not very strong.
That's a 4. Oh, I need a 5.
We needed a 5 again.
This game is so much better if you need a 4. And then the other person runs around the tree. So, right.
Both of them charge in
your
there.
ring bearers.
So he does drop the ring, or at least the guy behind still has hold of the ring. It's on to shooting. So my archer's going to shoot at your archer, and I miss.
Oh, and my archer's going to shoot back at yours, and I miss.
Hooray!
And then we're going to shoot over there, and I miss.
Hooray!
So you couldn't shoot because you climbed.
Yeah. So on to the first round of combat.
Lots of juicy combat this game.
Yeah, we decided to start with the one on the very right flank with your leader versus
I've got 2 dice rolls and I out-dice you.
You out-diced me. I said it was your leader, but it wasn't. It was one of your sergeants and one of my sergeants, and then one of your other guys as well.
So I'm running an orange dice for the sergeant this time, which is rubbish, but the 6 is enough.
That is enough.
To do some damage.
That does wound my sergeant, so I do need to then make a roll for my fate to see if I can survive.
But the fates are against you today, so it's first blood to me.
Boo! So he's out of there. We then move on to the 2 spearmen here. Rolling off, I get a 2. You're going to fortunately beat me again.
Yes.
So you can shove me back, and then you have to roll to wound as well. But you do need a 5 on this one.
And I got a 3.
And no good that time round.
Yeah,
shove me back.
You knock me over.
Then we go on to the combat here, which is your leader and a regular guy versus my sergeant. I believe your
2 on 1. Surely I'm going to take
orange
this.
dice is your leader.
Oh, the leader is not very
Crushing
good. It doesn't
one.
turn up, but I did get a 5.
You did. Now I need my sergeant has a -1 to his attack roll because of his 2-handed weapon. I get a 5.
Oh.
I can use a might point, which means we tie.
Yeah, you take it up to 6 and it goes back down to 5.
Yep. And then we have to
5
roll
each.
2 wins, and on 1, 2, 3, it's you.
Oh.
It's me.
4.
So I decide to take a swing at your leader after I shove you back. Take a swing at your leader with my sergeant. I get +1 to this roll, so I need 4s to wound you.
Oh, you get one. But it's okay because I've got a fate point.
Ah.
So my leader is going to live to fight another day
Yeah,
on a 4, 5 or a 6.
Just a nice easy 4 or more.
Oh,
dear.
so that was just, 2 on 1 and I still lost and my leader's dead.
Yep.
So this is pretty drastic.
So he gets taken out.
My ball, I'm going home.
That's into turn 4. Much blood has been shed.
Yeah, oh dear.
Oh dear. I mean, yeah, you probably didn't want your leader getting taken out, but at the same time, I think you might get your reinforcements where they need to be before I do.
Maybe.
So
Maybe I might just try and take this guy down.
yes, true. Yeah. So it's on to turn 5.
Ah.
Time for another round roll off. I get another 5.
Another 5, and obviously I'm going to beat that with a 2.
Right.
So you go first.
This guy's going to trot around the back there to try and help out. And this bloke's going to run up and attempt to scale the wall.
That's what he does.
He knows that how to handle these walls now. Tricksy walls. I then charge back in here, spearman against spearman over there. And these guys charge over here. I realise that I don't want to charge both of them in, so my leader charges in whilst my sergeant keeps hold of the ring.
Just go round the outside,
You're going to move your guys over the wall here.
Right,
You roll a 1 for one who
1.
fails, and the other guy gets a 5.
So he gets across.
He's all right.
Yeah.
And the other bloke's like, how do I get over this wall? Ah!
And it just starts to go kips.
Just collapses.
And then the archer just thinks, this bow's rubbish, I'm going to charge in. I've got to basically got to stop you from breaking free, so I'm going to try and slow you down.
So my archer decides to take a pot shot at your archer over there.
Yeah. Hello!
Pot shot's quite an accurate phrase because I get a 1, which
I am
is
standing
rubbish.
behind a brick wall.
And then my other archer decides to shoot into the spearman combat, so on a 4+ I can hit one of your guys instead of one of mine. And I get a 6.
So you do hit one of my guys.
So it's one of your guys, but I've got to roll a hit, and I get a 1 again, and I
1.
get a 5+. So no good there either. And then you get to shoot back with your archer.
Yeah. And actually, I do hit. I do hit.
About the only time.
I don't need anything useful.
No wounds.
No. So spear combat first.
Yeah, spearman et spearman, or spear orc maybe. I get a 3.
I get a 3. You get a 3, and I get a 3 as well. So we're into a
another roll off.
A roll off. 4, 5, 6. It's you.
Whee! I win the combat. So now I have to roll to see if I can wound you.
Oh, you do wound me.
Wounded you. So that takes
I've
him
got no, he's not a sergeant or nothing. So
he's got nothing
dead.
special, so he's taken
Much
down.
sighing on this side.
Then do the combat over on the very left, which is my sergeant versus your bowman.
Oh, it's 5 each.
Let's get a 5, but I get -1 because I've got a great weapon, which means you actually win that
It's a
combat.
great weapon now, is it?
It's not great at all, no.
No. And I'm going to roll a 6.
Oh, so he does take a wound unless I can use my fate point. I mean, 4+ is dead easy, right?
Yeah.
Oh dear. That's another guy taken down.
Two fates have failed you today.
Yeah. It did not go well there for me, so you take him down.
I do take him down. I just put the miniature almost out of reach.
It's just
very
almost.
Very kind of me.
Then we do the last attack, which is my leader against your regular dude.
And I actually decided I'm going to use my shield. I've learned this rule since our last game. If you have a shield, you can basically just try and hide behind it and not attack.
2 dice.
And you roll 2 dice instead.
So I roll a 6.
And I went,
You do roll them, but unfortunately you do not
don't
win.
get a 6.
So then I have to roll to wound you. But I only get a 3, so no wounds.
So although I was
done.
most upset that you got a 6, it didn't actually make any difference whatsoever.
No. In turn 5, another couple of fighters taken down there. It's getting bloody. They're dropping left, right, and centre.
Still, walls are difficult to get over.
Yeah,
Somebody goes around greasing the walls in Middle Earth.
I feel like walls shouldn't be this tricky to climb over. But obviously, I mean, I'm not dressed in all the armour and everything else like that, so maybe that
Or
makes it
maybe
trickier.
hobbits are just shit at dry stone building.
Every time they go to lean on it, just collapses. Fucking stupid hobbits. Right, on to turn 6. It's getting more.
Well,
brutal
there's
over there.
a couple of key moments there, but honours are about even.
Yeah, so it's still in the balance.
Yeah.
Turn 6 may provide us with more information.
Let's roll for Pete to get initiative.
Time to roll for the turn.
I got a 6.
Oh, and I won
first.
last time, so you win, even if I rolled a 6.
I'm going to go first. And the first thing I'm going to do, this guy's going to stand up. Hello. He's going to try and get across the wall.
The walls of doom.
Please don't roll a 1.
Walls of
It's so debilitating because you need to go anywhere. You need
Yeah.
to roll a 6, and I didn't go anywhere. I could just hop over the wall.
So you got across. This guy's then going to run into combat
He's going to
beforehand.
throw his spear
Gonna lob a spear
right
at
into
me.
your back.
How many spears are these guys
They
carrying?
carry an awful lot of spears.
But you roll 3, so you don't hit.
So don't throw it into your back, and who knows where it goes. But then I'm just going to run into
But
you.
you managed to grab it again before you run up and start stabbing me.
I mean, it's stuck to his hand, to be fair.
That's true.
And the other, I make an attack, and then I actually move up with the ring.
Yeah. My spearman comes running across, and then my other spearman just charges into combat there, so you drop the ring.
I do immediately drop the ring, get my iPad out.
And my archer also runs into combat as well, just because archers suck. And just to prove that point, we decide to then have our little archer off over on the corner there in the shooting phase. You do hit, but you don't
miss.
wound. And then I roll to hit you, and I just miss.
Okay, so I'm going to pick the combats. I'm going to start with the one closest to me.
That's one of your sergeants
It's
versus one
Fingist,
of
I
my
think.
regular guys.
Oh.
And I didn't get a 6.
I think, right, I'm going to use a might point to make it equal. So I can force. Maybe I've got to win one of these eventually,
I mean,
surely.
yeah, you'd hope.
I got a 5.
But no,
That's you.
that's
one,
me.
4, 5, 6 is you.
Yeah, so I decide to punch you in the face, as is the done thing. Shove you back,
Yeah.
and then I get a 1, so I don't wound you.
No wounds.
Then so I do the combat against my leader
Somebody
against
stole
your
my
regular
iPad.
guy. They were quick about it. You only get a 1. I then roll my dice. I get a 1
as well.
So it's a tie at the moment. I was just debating whether to use my might point, and then we realised you were going to shield,
I
weren't
was
you?
going to use my shield to just basically kick you there.
So you get 2 dice,
So an extra dice, and I've got 3.
so you win.
You're rendering using your might point useless, and I won. I'm not sure whether I should have pushed you back, but I did push you back.
Yeah.
Because why not?
And then there's the combat up there with your archer versus my 2 guys. You get a 6, and I didn't get close to that one. So you do decide to target my spear bloke.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much difference between the spear guy and the archery bloke, but you decide to go for the spear guy instead. You need a 5 or more.
Oh, and I got a 6.
He takes another
Very
person out.
rare wound.
He took 2 people out so far.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the next turn. We've stopped counting turns because they don't matter anyway, because there's no turn limit, and we've forgotten which one we're at.
It's on a knife edge.
It is. I mean, every time you think that you're done in, you
Yeah,
manage to
yeah.
take someone out,
Yeah.
and then just as you think you're starting to claw your way back, you fluff all your rolls again. So
Yeah, have I only lost 1 fighter? No, I've lost 2 fighters. I think
You lost two. I've lost 4.
I've forgotten to select somebody as dead. Who died?
cheater.
Erkenstead is dead, but I forgot to take the...
Berkhamsted's taken out.
You mustn't take the mickey out of the people. Hang on a minute, he's not even here. There he is. It's poor old Leafwine is dead.
Oh dear.
So
Look, he's taken down. He's not necessarily dead yet.
Sorry, out of action.
Out of action.
Gone missing.
I've lost 4. So I've only got 4
So you
fighters.
must start
I've
making
only
a
got
break
5.
test soon.
No, sorry, I've only lost 3 because one was already out before the round. But yes, not long left before that starts happening. So
it's juicy.
here we go. On to the next turn. So the next round roll, you get a 2. I need a 2 or more to beat you.
Normal service is resumed.
Yep. So on to movement. This guy decides he's going to charge into combat over there against your bloke. And my leader's going to charge in up there on your other guy who just slew one of my spearmen.
Yeah, there's 2 on him, the other one moves in as well, and then you run around the corner there to block off the guy by the wall.
Just to tie him up a little.
And I'm going to charge after you with my spearman. You run away from me, I can catch you back up.
Yep.
And I don't throw the spear because he's locked in combat, so I can't throw the spear.
So then we go on to the archery phase again.
Which is, there's been a lot of to and fro over there. And you actually hit this time.
I do manage to score a hit. But I get a 1. Still can't wound you.
And I got a 1 too. So
you
these guys basically are still there.
I think they're firing the same arrow back and forth. So onto the combat, I decide to go over there first off. My guy versus your sergeant. I get a 4.
And I get a 1.
Rubbish. You decide not to shield on that combat, so I roll for the wound, but I get a 1. So nothing.
And I just walk back into this.
Shove you back a little bit.
Yeah.
Then we do that second combat. 2 of my guys versus
didn't shield. I could have shielded. Both guys have shield, which wouldn't enable me to shield. But I still think I've got numerical advantage, so I'm going to try and press it. And I get a 4 to 1.
I get a 6.
You rolled a 6.
Wah, wah. So I do manage to shunt you both back, and I decided to go for your sergeant, but I roll a 1. So normal service is resumed there as well.
Pop.
Then go on to that last combat, which is my leader versus your archer.
And you've got another archer tucked in there as well.
But I mean, he's going to be no good whatsoever.
So you get a successful hit, so I roll yet another 1.
Yeah, the red is for my leader. So then I roll those dice for the wound rolls. 5 or more are needed.
Oh, and you get a 5, but not with the leader.
No.
So the archer avenges his comrade. So the archers do all the damage, but not when shooting.
No, exactly. Archers are rubbish unless they're in melee.
So my fighting soldier is dead.
Another turn down, another body hits the floor, and more we realise that archers are just pointless.
Yeah. This game is so fast, I can't get over how quick it runs.
Yeah,
I feel like there must be many things we're doing wrong.
Let us know in the comments below, obviously, all the things we're missing, but also, do you really care if we keep doing these turn breakdowns? Because it really feels like we're adding more time doing this than just playing the game.
Yeah.
It's on to the next turn. You roll for the next turn, you get a 5. I get a 6. You weren't happy about that, but moving on to the movement, I decided to charge your sergeant there. My other guy charges over there, and my leader ties up your other fighter there so that my archer can grab the ring and start to leg it. Onto the shooting, and I get a 6, but I'm followed by a 4, so I don't.
I get a 6,
oh.
and I get a 4 as well. So close as they've come yet.
That's about as close as the archers ever got.
Addresses as well, and talked about doing a timeshare in Gondolin.
We both roll a 1 in that middle combat, but you do have a sergeant, so you do use your might point.
I do use my might point to win it.
Fight.
And then I press the advantage by rolling a 2.
Nothing
happening.
Then on to the next combat, which is my leader against one of your regular guys, but you decide to shield here.
I do use some shields.
So you've got 2 dice.
I've got my old famous 4 and a 1, which I like to get on a roll shield.
The old 4 and a 1. And I get 4, and I do use my might point on my leader at that point to win that combat. And I manage to roll a 3.
So you miss. I think there's nothing more crushing in this game than when you use a might point to gain an advantage and then you blow it on
and then you roll a 2 to win or something, it's rubbish.
Yeah.
So the last combat, 2 just completely unremarkable blokes having a go at each other. I get a 4.
I get a 4, so we have to roll off, and I never won one of these.
Never won one.
And I win, it's a 1.
You finally managed to win a roll off.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I pressed that advantage to hit, and I rolled a 1.
Hooray. And that's the end of that. And still no wounds.
Crashing on,
next round. Crashing straight into the next turn. You get a 5.
5, and you didn't get a 6 this time.
I didn't get a 6 this time. I was quite disappointed by that, which means you get to go first.
Not a lot for me to do. I'm going to try and charge into the back of your leader with my spear.
Lob a spear at him.
With my spear, but with the guy who's got a spear. And I got a 6, but he's quite tough, your leader, isn't he? So I think I'm at least looking 5.
Yeah, and you did not get it.
And I didn't get it, no. But there I go. I'm going to hit him over there with this tree. And this guy's going to attack the ring bearer.
Oh dear. So I do drop my ring again.
And he's going to charge in there.
Surely he's going to sort him out now.
Well,
Archers again.
Archers hit.
I need a 5 to hit with my guy. And no, I do not. So another amazing round of shooting. So on to the combat, and again it's your sergeant versus my blokey.
Yeah.
I get a 6.
And I just think, well, what a go. So
Yeah,
that's
4.
not good for me.
So I rolled a wound. I get a
I
6.
got another 6.
So you need your fate
I
point
use
to
my
keep
bring
you
up my
alive.
fate point and I get a 2.
Oh, so
He's dead.
He's taken down, and that does mean
breaks me.
Yeah. So now we have to roll
To make some break tests.
your break test and everybody.
Start with the archer over the top corner there.
So you roll 2 dice and add 3, and you've got to get below 10,
Oh.
above 10 rather,
Above 10.
which you fail.
Yeah, so I'm not sure whether he was broken or just got bored.
I think he probably
went
just
home.
got bored. Your next guy, he fails well, but he was one of your sergeants, so
Yes,
he did
used
use,
his wheel to get it up to 7, which then made it 10.
because you had 3 on, so he's okay. And then your last guy, he's double armed.
Smashed it.
He doesn't care. He'll have everyone. So we go on to continue the rest of the combat. But I do realise I hadn't moved him in my movement phase, so he charges into that combat over there.
Just not only story.
Then you win that combat against my leader.
But I don't do any damage.
Still no damage. And shove him back. And then the final combat is 2 of my guys versus your bloke. You decide to shield to give yourself 2 dice to up your chance of survival.
Absolutely, and I
Smashed it.
smashed that.
And I didn't get anywhere close.
One of
So
those times
if you'd
I
only
think,
rolled
I
1
wish I-
dice,
I wish I hadn't done that,
then
but-
you would have won. You
yeah.
could have possibly killed someone, and then you just shove them both back out of the
Well, I
way.
think the other guy I just shoved him a long way. Don't care where
He's
gone.
fine.
So
on to the next round.
we had some fleeing in that round, which is the
there
first
was.
time that happened. So the archer just, I don't know if he fled or
I don't
just...
think he fled.
He just
I think he got bored.
He got bored. Ran out of sticks to whittle.
It's just
And then left.
I've run out of arrows. I'm gonna go get some more. I'll be back in a little while. And the orc up there is just like, right then, I'm just having a cup of tea anyway.
And then everything else was a bit of a stalemate over here.
There was a little bit. I mean, I did manage to take the guy out in the middle, which obviously caused the other guy to leg it. But that's about it. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot this guy. This is not looking good for me, is it? I need to do some breaking of my own.
you do need to have some lucky rolls, I think, now. But yeah,
Roll on to initiative.
here we go. Another roll off. You get a 2.
and you get a 3. So
I'm
back to you
back
winning
on top
first.
again.
Going
So my
first.
leader charged into your sergeant. I put him on one side, but I do decide to move him to the other side in the end because my other spearman can't get close enough to assist, so he pops back. And then the other 2 charge into your guy down in the bottom corner there. I don't move the archer because I figured what's the point? And then we move on to the combat
He's
phase.
wondering where his mate's gone.
Yeah, he's like, where's he gone? So my leader attacks your guy to start with. I get a 6. So all I've got to do is stave his head in with a 5 or more. I do not get it, unfortunately, so he just shoves him back a little bit out of the way. Then moving on to the other combat, you decide not to shield this time.
No, I don't. And that's good timing because I get a 6.
Yeah, you smash it. You manage to hit them both, and you decide to go for my archer, I believe, at this point.
They're on a 5, which is enough.
Oh, takes him down.
Yeah.
Another
Go,
combat
now,
one.
There, go.
But that does not break me, because I need to have 5 people taken out, and I only have 4 at this point.
Yes.
And that's it. So that was a pretty quick turn. On to the next one, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Another turn, and I get a 6. And another 5 for you. Not that I think it makes too much difference at this stage of
No.
things. So he charges in there, and then my leader and the other guy charge into your other bloke there. And we go on to the combat, and I do the one-on-one to start with, just because that feels like it'll be a bit simpler to do. And I
You
win.
win it.
So I decide to not kill you.
Oh, not doing me.
And then we decide to do that middle combat.
And I
You
roll a
decided-
terrible roll. I use my shield to
Yeah,
only
you
roll
did.
1 of the 3. And you only just
Only just managed to
win.
beat you, but I did 5 to wound you.
And you roll snake eyes.
Snake eyes, yeah. So I do shove you back a bit towards the wall.
Yeah, so I think I'm getting into a trap situation where I won't be able to be pushed back, which is bad for me.
Unless you can go first. So we decide to then go on to the next turn and not have any like cutaway there and discuss anything, and we
We
roll.
roll snake eyes. Oh, it's another snake eyes.
But you win this one.
I do, because it's 1 each and you had initiative.
I did, so you can get out of that corner. You haven't got to
Get-
worry about
get a
getting
dodge.
trapped.
I leap over the wall and then run around the back of you.
Lob a spear into my back
Go with it, and I get another 1.
and just
That's
miss
5
completely.
ones in a row.
And there's very little left to go on, so the combat's still going on down there, and I charge in here again. We do the combat down the bottom left again to start with.
I roll a 3 and you
I
roll
get
a
a
5.
5, so I do need a 5 or more to kill you.
And you
And
get
I
it.
get it,
So
finally.
that's it. Finally, you've hacked Naomi down.
And then we got the final combat to go, but I think at this point you decided you were going to call it because you only had 1 guy left. I do win that combat,
win it.
but I don't manage to take him out at that point. But it is 4-on-1 at that stage.
We call it there. lost again.
Lost again. I mean, these dice are shot. I think we need to get some proper D6 because these dice. Let's just see how many ones.
Well, yours are all right.
How many ones? That's a lot of ones.
That is a lot of ones.
It's a lot of ones.
Although that's not a very representative. You'd have to roll an awfully long time to see.
Yeah, but at the same time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I don't know. They just seem to roll a lot of ones. We did have some terrible rolls in that game, but there we go.
Yeah, I started to get a little bit. It was a little bit tedious towards the end. Like slug.
It's a bit like when you're in D&D or other role-playing games where you're all level 1 fighting rats in the basement, and it's like everybody needs like 5s and 6s to hit and stuff like that. It's just, can someone please roll a 5 followed by a 5 so we can end this? I don't even care if it's me that dies.
Well, yeah, it was a bit like that. I'm still not sure of the tactics of this game. I actually think I made a mistake over here. I think I could have moved you. I think I'm so used to playing Underworlds, I just moved people backwards.
Yeah.
I think I could have moved you so you were trapped. I don't think it would have made any difference because I think I then proceeded to lose the next combat and die. So I don't think it would have made any odds, but...
I've got you trapped now. I keep having, when I set the archers up, I think I'm going to set them here, then have a great sweeping view of the board, they'll be able to fire and take people down, and Robin's going to have to really be careful where he goes. It doesn't matter, they could stand right in front of him, literally sit down and just make a cup of tea, and he's still not going to do anything.
That said, you did take out 2 of my fighters. I looked stupid last time on my lead.
I did. I was very lucky last time, I think.
Well, I mean, my archer rolls, and yours, but were just, I mean, mine are slightly better than yours, but my rolls were just appalling. I hit a number of times.
Yeah.
But...
Because you needed like 4s to hit.
Yeah.
But the
4s
actual...
and 5s. I don't know how many times I must have shot. I think eventually I should have killed you, but then I ran off instead.
Yeah. He just got bored, I think. I'm going home. I can't bother with this. The ring did not get very far.
No, I'm a little bit disappointed about that.
I think it travelled about 7 inches.
I'm a little bit disappointed that... That's far enough. I'm a little bit disappointed that... You know, it wasn't like a bit more of a tussle, but there aren't really enough fighters.
I think that if you got some mounted characters involved, it could get much more dicey very quickly. Because if you've got like a Warg rider or a Rohan, horseback, right? I don't know if they have a special name or if they're called something.
The Outriders, I think they're called.
The Outriders. Yeah. If you could get someone like that involved, they might then be able to suddenly make a break for it. Saying that, I don't even know how fast they actually move in the game. They might move like 8 inches rather than 6, but.
So you won.
Yeah, I did.
You won, and I was defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose in theory I shouldn't have given up. I might have swung it, but it seems pretty unlikely.
Yeah, and you might have got one more injury off, got one more extra point, but you might have also died and got an injury yourself.
Yeah, I guess I could have killed one more fighter, and then you might have all the rest of your people might have.
Yeah,
run away.
I mean, if you had, because I only get +2 on my courage rolls.
Yeah.
So that is a possibility. Maybe.
It's fairly unlikely.
I mean, if I rolled average on all of them, they would all run off because I only get +2.
Yeah.
So,
maybe I should have carried on.
You never
Let
know.
me know. Let us know what you think. Should you carry on to the bitter end? It just seems a bit daft.
Yeah.
Plus, also, you're not very far from actually just...
Plus, I've got 3 people.
Yeah.
All 3 could have bundled you.
Yeah.
The chances of you winning the roll...
It's pretty low.
Especially with your dice in this game.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So I lose again.
So Robin loses once more, and Rawk and his marauders have succeeded once more. But it wasn't the one ring, it turns out, once they finally did get it back. Turns out it was just another shiny piece of jewellery. So I hope you are enjoying our Middle-earth strategy battle game, Battle Company's battle reports. That's a mouthful in itself.
Yeah.
Do let us know what you think, what you'd like to see.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to bring some new warbands, I think, at some point, and maybe some better understanding of what the bloody hell you're meant to do in the game.
Yeah, that bit's very unlikely then.
Possibly.
Because it's us.
We didn't do any of the special things with the might points, but you don't really get enough might points.
No, you only get 1.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, maybe after we played a few more games and we get some more points to be able to roll on the reinforcements table, maybe that'll give us a little bit of something more interesting.
You must be nearly there because you've won 2 in a row.
It's true. I mean, I had 4 points last time. I might be up to 8 now.
So you'll have something. So you'll be even better. Brilliant.
But I have,
I get an extra reroll or something.
Hooray! So we'll see you soon in Middle-earth.